Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to memorize these formulas using the first two formulas. And these formulas are all written on page 36 of mechanics book. So let's see how to find the other last three formulas from these two formulas. Okay, as you know, the first formula comes from the acceleration formula, which is v minus u divided by t. So v is our final velocity, u is our initial velocity, and t is our time. And a is our acceleration. Okay, so the second formula is the formula that comes from the um, graph. It's easier to memorize it using the graph. We have velocity time graph, and from this graph you can find this formula easier. Look, imagine we have initial velocity u, final velocity v, and the time taken for this is t. Okay, so as you know, the area under the graph, velocity time graph, equals displacement. Why? Look, for example, if our unit of velocity is meter per second and unit of time is second, if you find the area under the graph, so the unit will be meter per second, for example, this length u, multiply this length, which is time. So the rectangle area will be meter per second multiply second. For example, 2 meters per second multiply 2 or 3 meters per second. So since you multiply these numbers, you will find something in the unit of meter. So s seconds will be cancelled actually. So it means that the number that you find is something in the unit of length. So you know that the velocity time graph shows the displacement. So this is our displacement. Now, if you want to calculate the area under the graph of this trapezium, so you have to add u, because this is the length of u, plus this length, which is v, divided by 2, multiply height, which is here, equals time. So if you multiply and find this, it means that you find the displacement. So this is our second formula. Okay, now to find the other formulas, v power 2 equals u power 2 plus 2as, and the other ones, the easiest way is to just insert, for example, v, final velocity, in the second formula and find this formula with s, u, and t. So you will cancel the final velocity. Okay, let's do that and see what is the result. Okay, so I write the first formula v equals u plus at, and the second formula, which is displacement, is u plus v divided by 2 multiply t, that we prove it now. Okay, now second formula, I'm going to write it u plus, instead of v, I'm going to write u plus at, this one, divided by 2 multiply time. Okay, so if I summarize it, it will be, let's say, 2u plus at divided by 2 multiply t. Again, it will be 2ut plus a t power 2 divided by 2. So I multiply t to 2u and 80. So the final answer here, 2 will be cancelled by 2. It will be ut plus at power 2 divided by 2. So I can write 1 over 2 at power 2. So this is exactly our fourth formula. S equals ut plus 1 over 2 at power 2. Okay. So to find another formula with vt minus 1 over 2 at power 2, again you can rearrange the formula. Sorry. You can rearrange this formula, which is v equals u plus at, and you can write it v minus at equals u. So I'm going to write, instead of u in the second formula, in this formula, I'm going to insert u as v minus at and find the result. Okay. So S will be, instead of u, I can write v minus at divided, sorry, plus v divided by 2 multiply t. So instead of u, I insert v minus 80. Okay, now we can write that as displacement equals 2v, v plus v, minus 80 divided by 2 multiply t. Okay, again, S equals 2vt minus at power 2 divided by 2. So you can write that 2 will be cancelled by 2. It is vt minus 1 over 2 at power 2. So you found the last formula. Okay. If you pay attention to the third formula, this is the only formula that we don't have time. It means that we are going to rearrange the first formula, finding t equals something, and then insert it to this formula and find the third formula. Okay, to do that, let me clean these parts. And okay, let's write it here. Okay, so we have the formula v equals at plus u, the first formula, and s equals u plus v divided by 2 multiply t. So I'm going to rearrange this formula to find t. So v minus u equals at, and we can write v minus u divided by a equals t. So I found t equals something. Okay. Now, in the formula of displacement, I'm going to write t equals v minus u divided by a and find the result. Okay, let's do that. S equals u plus v divided by 2 multiply v minus u divided by a. So v minus u multiply u plus v, or you can write v plus u here. So it will be v power 2 minus u power 2 divided by 2 multiply a. So if you multiply 2a by s, you will find 2as equals v power 2 minus u power 2. And if you bring u power 2 to the other side of the equation, you will find this formula: u power 2 plus 2as equals v2. The same formula that we have as v2 equals u power 2 plus 2as. So if you even forget the formulas, you can easily find them using these two main formulas. So please memorize these two formulas, and if you forget and if you cannot memorize the other formulas, you can easily find the other formulas using these two basic formulas. Okay, that's it for today.